guys, it's Graham. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be walking you guys through exactly what an au pair is, and I'm going to be giving you all the information to get started with your au pair search. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for tuning in, and be sure to like the video and subscribe. And if you are already one of my subscribers, thank you so much for your support. You don't know how much you mean to me. We are well on our way to the goal of 1,000 subscribers, and I need your help to get there. So you know what to do. Okay, so like I said in my intro, in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys exactly where to start your au pair search. Maybe you're looking into becoming an au pair, you don't really know what's involved. So in today's video, I'm going to be breaking it down literally from the very basics all the way to finding a family and moving to your host country. So regardless of where you are in your search, this video is going to be applicable for you. If I'm talking about anything that you already know, feel free to use this bar here at the bottom to skip on to a different section where I'll talk about something that's more pertinent for you. But without wasting any more time, I want to jump into the content of the video, and the first thing I want to talk about is what exactly is an au pair. So if you are watching this video curious as to what an au pair is, or curious to see if you might could be an au pair, this is really important to know. Firstly, an au pair is a cultural exchange. One person from one country goes to live in another country with the host family, and they take care of their kids. In exchange, the host family is going to give you a small amount of money every week. They're going to give you free room, free board, oftentimes free transportation, and you get to live with them. You learn their language, you learn their culture, and it is an incredible experience. Contrary to popular opinion, an au pair is not a nanny.
An au pair is not a nanny. An au pair is not a nanny.
You're not an employee like a nanny is. It's a cultural exchange. So you're taking your culture and exchanging it for the host families, not just taking care of their kids all the time. Normally, an au pair stays in their host country, the place where they go, somewhere between 2 months and 2 years, with the average, I would say, being somewhere between 8 and 14 months. Of course, this largely depends on what you want, what stage in life you're at, and how much time you have. So if you're like me, you could be a summer au pair the first time for just 2 months, or you might love it so much that you come back for an indefinite amount of time. So just do you and make the au pair schedule fit your schedule. There's a couple of really big terms in the au pair world that I'm going to break down in this video. Number one is host family. These are going to be the people that take care of you when you're in your host country. You're going to live with them, they're going to pay you, you're going to take care of their kids. Number two is host kids. They are the kids, the ones you're taking care of. And number three is host country. This is the place where you're staying, the country, the city where you're staying as an au pair. So keep those terms in mind, as we au pairs use them a lot. So now that we know what an au pair is, I want to talk about how to become an au pair. The first step in becoming an au pair is to find out where you can be an au pair, because there's a good possibility that you might not be able to be an au pair in certain countries. You probably already have a country or a city in mind, and that's fantastic, but you need to make sure that it's possible before you go looking for a family. So I'm going to tell you how. The majority of au pairs are generally going to go to 3 different regions. North America being America and Canada, Europe being specifically the UK, Germany, France, Italy, and Australia, which is Australia. That's not to say that you can't go other places, but that's where the majority of host families are. I do know a girl who's been an au pair in China. I've heard of au pairs in Japan. I've heard of au pairs in Argentina and Mexico. So it is possible to go to different places, but it might be a bit more difficult to find a host family, and there's probably not going to be as many resources to help you out. So now that you know that, let's go over onto my computer, and I'm going to show you how to figure out exactly where to go. Okay guys, so we are here at my computer, and I'm going to show you how to do this. So first things first, we are going to go into aupairworld.com. So you can just put it in Google, and we'll go down here and click on Au Pair World. Wait for that to load. So once that's loaded, we're going to go up to this tab at the top that says for au pairs and scroll down to country check. So then we're just going to fill out this form. So I'm going to do my nationality, American. My age, I'm 20, I'm not married, I have no children, thankfully, and I speak English and Spanish. And then we're gonna go show me my au pairing countries. The next page is going to be all the countries in which you can be an au pair. So for me, that's Australia, Belgium, Denmark. I mean, you can see all of these countries down here, Spain, where I am now, and you can click on these for additional information. Just for the sake of this video, I'm gonna go ahead and click on France, as that is a popular destination. And it's gonna show you the requirements. You have to see if you meet those requirements. And then best of all, my favorite thing down here at the bottom of the page is some general information. So we have pocket money, au pair duties, and contract. And then if you go on this page right here, you are going to see so much information about all this stuff, which is going to be priceless. I promise you. It's going to tell you how much money you should expect, your insurance, language school, all of those things. And the best thing is, there's information for so many countries. It's not just France or Spain. It literally shows you all of them, which is incredibly useful. If you have a specific country in mind, you can go to Info Host Countries and then scroll down, select your country. We're gonna put in Germany just for fun. And then it's going to show you all of the information for Germany or whatever other country you select. So as you can see, this tool is extremely useful for showing you which countries you can be an au pair in, and additionally which countries are going to be a better match for what you're looking for, because some might have requirements that you really don't want to meet. So now that we've looked at the requirements to become an au pair in the different countries, if you're still in it, this is the fun part where you start looking for a host family. There are a few ways that you can look for host families, and I'm gonna tell you my favorite one, which is Au Pair World. So just like the website I was showing you, Au Pair World is made to find families. That's what they're there for. They're free, they're secure, and I've had great experiences with them. Now I'm gonna say here, they're not paying me to say this. Au Pair World is not giving me a penny to say good things about them, but I really enjoy their platform. I've used it 4 times now with great success, and I honestly do not have a bad word to say about Au Pair World. You can go on there, you can make a profile, apply for families, receive applications from families. It's really fantastic, and best of all, it's free and it's safe. So I feel really confident suggesting that for you. The great thing about Au Pair World is it takes criteria that you put in and it matches you with families that match that same criteria. So it matches you with families that are looking for the same thing you're looking for, which is incredibly useful when you're looking to become an au pair. If for whatever reason you don't want to use Au Pair World, there are definitely other ways to do it. I've heard of another website called aupair.com, but when I first started looking to become an au pair, I looked into both Au Pair World and aupair.com, and I prefer Au Pair World, so that's my suggestion. Of course, if you don't know much about traveling, or if you're really concerned to do it on your own, you can always go with an agency who's gonna help you along the way. They're gonna find a family for you, and it is easier, but you have to pay more. I have made plenty of videos about it, by the way. You could also use Facebook groups, but I really don't like that, just being that it can be a bit dangerous and you never know what you're getting if you're going off of a Facebook group. So to sum up this, I suggest Au Pair World. I think it's the best one, and it's the one that I always use. The next step in the au pair process is to think of what you want in a host family. This is extremely important to find a good host family, because the temptation is to just say yes to the first family that offers you a job. I remember my first time looking for a host family. I had applied to a bunch of different families, and I had gotten a message back from one family, and I just wanted to say yes. And my mom was like, Graham, you should think about this. You should look into them. You should ask them questions, because you might not be that great of a match. And I did, and then I realized that we weren't that great of a match. Of course, later on, about 2 weeks, I found another host family, and they were perfect for me, and I consider them to be my second family to this day. So don't say yes to the first family. Do shop around a bit and think about what you want. Some important things to think about are, do you want to be in a big city or a small town? Do you want to speak your host country's language at home or your native language? Do you want lots of kids or a few kids? Do you want to stay a couple of months or a longer time, like a year or 2 years? All of those things are things that you're gonna have to think about before you start looking for a family. The next big thing I have to say here is looking for a host family can be a long process. I've been getting a lot of messages over on my Instagram lately from people saying, I'm looking for a month and no results. Or I even heard one guy tell me recently he was looking for 3 months without any luck. So it can be a really long process, and you just have to be patient. I have made another video on when you should start to look for host families, and I'll put that right up here, and I highly suggest it if you don't know when to start your search. But it can take a while depending on your experience, your gender, where you're from, what languages you speak. All of these factors play into how long it's going to take you to find a host host family. In short though, I would say start looking for a host family several months before you plan on becoming an au pair. I found my current host family in February of last year and I moved here in September. So it does take time. It's not gonna be a fast process and you just have to be patient. If you're lucky, it might take 2 weeks. If you're unlucky, it might take up to a year. So be patient, hope for the best, and work hard. And now for the last part, definitely the most fun part. Once you find a family, it is time to A, get a visa and travel to your host country, or B, just to travel. So using that page I showed you earlier on Au Pair World, make sure you know if you need a visa or not to go to your host country, as this is really, really important. For me, I did need a visa for Spain. I have my Spanish residency now, but I couldn't just get on a plane and fly here and stay. There is a process to go through things and it does take time. If you're going from one country inside of the European Union to another country, you're not going to need a visa. But say you're going from America to Germany, or Germany to America, or Spain to America, or Spain to the UK, you are going to need a visa and you should plan on spending a couple $100s or a couple €100 plus some months, some time in getting that visa. It's not quick, nor is it cheap. The last thing is you should start preparing to leave. This is very exciting, but it's also very difficult because it can be kind of hard to figure out what you should take. So you should consider things like maybe selling some stuff if you own an apartment, or leasing it out, finding someone to forward your mail to, just little logistical things like that that you need to do before you go. You don't want to put them off until the last minute and then have it all fall on you a week before you leave. So do think about that beforehand and kind of come up with a plan to get ready to go to your host country. Okay guys, so this is au pairing, the crash course on au pairing from the very beginning to the end. I hope this has been helpful for you, and if it has, please be sure to like it and leave me a comment down below letting me know what you think about it. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time as I publish new videos every Monday and Thursday. Muchas gracias, thank you so much, y hasta luego. Ciao.